In the meanwhile, it will be nice if all of you all can use the chat box and network with each other, talk a little about your, such that we can all probably use this time to just know each other better. Hi, Mr. Vittal. In fact, during the session towards the end, Mr. Vittal, you have given a very good note of appreciation and feedback for your online store that was made by GlobalLinker. We will be showcasing it today. But feel free to actually put in your store URL in the chat as well for others to explore. Yeah, ProPack Engineers, propackengineers.linker.store. So good to see all of you here. So we're going live on YouTube as well, on GlobalLinker as well. Swastik One Linker Store. It will be nice if you also put the URL, sir, Mr. Kartikeshwar. Before we get started, maybe you all can already get some inquiries with each other. Mr. Kartikeshwar, I actually just asked you to put the entire URL. So I think it should be www.swastik1.linker.store if I'm not mistaken. But you'll know that the best. So good to see all of you here today. I was just telling all the participants earlier that we'll wait for a couple of minutes for everybody to join in. But in the meanwhile, do use the chat box to introduce yourself, your business, add in your domain or your online profile, such that everybody else can see each other. Maybe we have some business connects. Good to see the stores coming up now. Hi, everybody. Mr. Anthony from AA Labs, Sanchita Group. So just to give some context, we're doing this export series. It's a series of 3 different webinars, but we will soon be adding a lot more. But the idea is to make your business export ready. So right from actually creating your digital profile to then making your digital catalog, and then finally, how do you kind of attract international buyers and list on relevant marketplaces? These are the 3 various themes. I will also be using the chat section in a couple of minutes to actually put in the registration links in case you've not yet signed up for the next 2 follow-on sessions. But do ensure that once you finish the session, you do have a complete digital profile. And my colleague Nafisa, the expert today, is really going to show you what are the key elements involved, how you need to make your profile, what is it that buyers are actually looking for to see. So at the end of the session, one more thing is we have a very key takeaway or a giveaway for the businesses such that you can benefit. So just 2 minutes more and we'll get started, but really nice to see all the URLs coming in. It's so good to see that you are actually inviting your customers to start shopping from you or transacting from you on a URL. If it's informational based as well, that's very nice. I hope you've added all your product services. So just telling you a little about today's session, we are actually going to be focusing on what is it that your profile should include, such that when overseas buyers or when a foreign or an international prospect customer comes to your profile, they build that trust. They know what to look for. They kind of, I mean, your digital profile is almost, for a company, it should be equivalent to the way an individual uses their CV or curriculum vitae. So every single thing written in a professional way with aesthetic appeal of images needs to be included. Also, do use the Q&A section for any kind of questions that you have. In the chat box, they might get missed because all of us are now interacting with each other. But we will have some time allotted towards the end of the session to answer any query that you may have. We are very excited to be doing this session today. Nice to see all of you all, although we can't meet physically, but I still feel very connected with you all, even virtually. Merchant exporter to fill the gap between buyer and seller across the world. That's very nice to know. Okay, so let's get started. 4:05. Very warm welcome to all of you. My colleague Nafisa is here with us. We will share all our contact details towards the end of the session. Let me tell you a little about this series. This is a series to make your business export ready. So we're trying to help you through the journey of right from creating a digital profile to building a digital catalog and then scaling it up to actually getting digital orders. So we do realize that SMEs struggle initially in terms of business visibility, in terms of creating their catalogs, and therefore these sessions are dedicated towards that. Um, Let me just go ahead and now introduce my colleague, Nafisa. So Nafisa has over 1.5 decades of experience in the e-commerce industry. Um, she she is truly just working towards the delight for SMEs. And couple of you here know me today, so I'll just show you a little about myself. My focus or core area lies in the fact that I can help SMEs grow their business. And now the key focus of the sessions that we're going to do is the fact that today's session will include about how do you create a digital profile as well as a digital business card. We have a session lined up on the 19th of May on how do you create a digital catalog, and then on how do you list yourself on relevant marketplaces. This third session will be held by an external speaker, Mr. Ashish Jain from Federation of Indian Export Organizations. So in case you've missed registering on these, do go ahead and register yourself. I will be putting them in the chat box shortly. Okay, so moving on, let me tell you a little about what all will the session today cover. We will start off with what does an importer or what does a prospect customer or buyer typically look for, and then what is it that you should include in your profile? What are the components? What are the key elements that you should have? And then the key distinctions between having an online profile and an offline profile. By offline profile, we mean that the traditional way of doing business, right from having brochures to visiting exhibitions. Then we will give you an 8-point checklist. This is your takeaway from the session. What all should you look at doing to make your profile look good and rich? And then we'll have it open for any kind of discussion that you'd like to have. Okay, so just giving you a scenario here today. This is Mr. Rajesh. He's actually looking at, maybe he's an importer and he's looking at buying rice. So he searches for the keyword diabetic rice and various profiles come up. Now he then sees there are maybe, let's say, 100 companies that come up with this keyword, but he selects a company called BFATCH. And why does he select this? He selects it because of the fact that all relevant information is added. You can see on the screen, all the products are listed. There is a price attached. For the ones that are customized, there is an inquiry button. There is a banner. There's a logo. Everything that he needs is there in the first shot when he sees it. And therefore, he actually makes a transaction. Now, let me show you the next example or the second use case, which is this lady, Priya. She's actually an exporter and she's always done business in the traditional format. So she used to visit exhibitions, she used to go to various expos, she used to distribute her brochures, her salespeople used to go and talk about her product, but she was very limited to actually being able to do it very locally, and she was finding it hard to sell it globally. Now she realizes that she has made little to no effort in actually making her profile online, and that is the way she can actually reach various global customers. So she now is looking at how does she improve her profile, and that is where actually Nafisa will be helping us in creating a rich profile to attract buyers. So over to you, Nafisa. Let's maybe just get deeper into the session today. Nafisa, you're on mute.
Yeah. Thank you, Malvika, for introducing me and setting the tone for the discussion. And welcome, dear exporters. It's really nice to see you, and we are really glad to kick off this series of webinars, and for having you to be a part of this. We would love to know. I sincerely hope you'll find value in this webinar, and you'll get takeaways which you can actually add to your profile. So let's get started. While we increasingly know as of today, it's so important to be online. Uh, but we are more online at this point of time for social media, and even business is gaining a lot of importance. Where B2C is established, we know about that. B2B is gaining a lot of importance. It is established in certain countries. It's picking up in India. So we see the need that let's go online and let's start selling something online. Kuch to ho jayega, something is going to happen. But how do we do it? I just, before we go about doing that, I just wanted to set the tone and show you there are certain key differentiators between maintaining an online and offline profile. Both are equally important, but yes, now it's time for us to go online. And why is it good for me to be online, have an online presence or a digital presence? Having an e-profile is makes you instantly shareable. So just by maintaining a profile online, you can share that by having a simple URL, the way you did it in your chat box right now. I just have to click on that URL and your business is instantly open for me. I don't really need to ask questions. Who is this business? Kya kar raha hai? What are his products and services? I simply need to go click and view and understand about that business. Any more further research I would like to do, I would go and check his other presences that you may have on online. And then after that, I would go and do some typical background checks with my references, or with other verifiable and legal sources. Sorry about that. As to what if I, as a buyer, I'm looking to do business. It's also very easy to keep that e-profile accurate and updated. Another benefit of doing that is you just have one person who does that for you, and that same URL or that same link is still available and continues to be available with everyone. This also makes it very cost effective. You are saving on a lot of printing costs, you're saving on a lot of logistics costs, you're saving on a lot of storage costs, and a lot of courier charges which you may face. Now this also having an e-profile instantly gives you a lot of organic visibility when there's a search happening. So in case I'm looking for somebody who is offering tiles, or who is offering if I'm looking for tiles or rice for that example, or even scarves, if my profile meets that keyword and it's available, I show up in that search. That gives me an equal platform along with large companies to be eligible for that particular prospective global buyer who's looking for a product which I. So let's see what is a good profile really all about. They meet certain expectations. The fact that the way you update your profile online, the way it continues to be visible and available, it's ready for a web search. So you add the necessary keywords which helps you get searched online. uh, Entering correct and relevant information about your business, like what your business is about, where you are present, your products and services, because all of this information can be verified once you go online and with other in other platforms as well. This helps you be set with and it gives that confidence to the buyer as well. Apart from the information that you provide on your profile, several platforms also so that also gives a lot of touch to the member, which says that this guy has say 200 connections, or he has posted so many discussions, he has this person has is fairly accurate, very active in commenting. So it again gives me as a buyer a lot of confidence that yes, this guy is active, he's online, and if I send him a lead request, or even if I ask for samples, I am going to get some response. Today we do know that we are not sure if we are going to get some response coming in from a lead which I'm going to send. So now that we have set the tone and we have established that what are the things we need to meet for a good profile, what are you going to do next? Obviously, the first step is you find the right platform. Once you know what is your right platform, there's several platforms available, networking sites where it's like established for business networking. You can just simply register your account in a platform and start creating your profile. And as you are an exporter, or you are a potential exporter, you would want to export, you are in B2C and would want to export, you need to start working to be export compliant, even from your own country, which is India, and even to the countries which you would like to export to. So it's necessary to have the mandatory compliances, certifications available, so that whenever you do get a lead, that doesn't become an impediment to execute a transaction.
Absolutely, Nafisa. Completely agree with having a very good digital profile. In fact, just citing an example, recently I went to a B2B exhibition and I collected over 50 physical visiting cards of people I was interested in dealing with. But I didn't really go back home and do much out of that. But the fact that now we have digital e-biz cards, which you're going to show now, really bang on. I think that's something that everybody should adopt.
Yeah, so actually, it's great that technology helps us so much right now, that all I need to do is just provide certain sets of information, and that particular, the platform takes care of the rest. The presentation, the visual, the aesthetics, the matchmaking. So a lot of this technology can do, which we used to actually do offline. So, I had to attend an event for me to find a right and a prospective importer. I had to do a lot of background checks and referral checks with my own existing network, which now a platform can also help you do. So, make use of technology which is available, which is again something which we are also leveraging to help you do better business. We have studied a lot of company profiles. We have, being in the networking business, we have seen what is the importance, and how do we structure a particular profile. So one, it becomes easy for you as a business to add that information. Second, it also helps you to becomes important. Your profile becomes visually appealing after you have done the hard work of updating your profile. Third, how you can leverage your profile is what we will talk about. We have come across 8 elements that you should have, and these are available in a profile. Typically in any profile, these 8 elements are always available, and you should make it a point to update this, keep it updated on your on your profile as well. It's very basic and simple information. It's nothing it's nothing rocket science. It's all information that you would already have with you. You simply need to update it on your profile. It's as simple as that. So I'll be covering each of these in my in our upcoming discussions. But yeah, I'm going into this. So the first is actually updating your company name. We have seen a lot of company profiles who have just written something like SK Imports or SK Impex, or I'm just randomly picking names. But but when you have a company name which is updated, and you have a company name, a complete company name, please ensure your name is showing consistently and it's complete across all platforms and on your e-profile. If in case you are also you happen to have a brand name, so your legal name is different from your brand name, please make sure that your brand name also is showing as distinctly as your business name. Your business name is more for legal and technical purposes, while your brand name is your face of your organization. It should show up equally well, and it should be distinctly visible as well, and there should be a connection between the two. When I move to the next phase is, the first thing anybody would want to see today, given the way the people are, have an attention span of say 30 seconds to a minute. I need to capture their attention like almost immediately. So, and people are going from text to visual. So, having a good image, having a good logo, having a cover banner becomes very critical for you to catch attention of your prospective buyer, and getting him to want to scroll down your profile and read more about you. So here is where you have to use these elements to add a nice logo. And if you have your logo already, or if you don't have one, get one done. But resize it to the requirements which are available, which are offered by the platform. And a cover image, use the cover image to just talk about what is the benefits you provide, or maybe what different kinds of services you provide. And that will kind of help set the tone for the buyer to go ahead and get him interested to see your profile more. I have a few examples covering each step, so that it will give you some cues as to what you can use as inspiration when you are designing one. And one thing I would like to add when we are talking about visual aesthetics is, all of us are not designers. We are not graphic designers. Maybe we may not even be equipped in our organization to have that kind of team to help us, and becomes sometimes even a cost. A cost comes into the middle. We can use a lot of free tools available right now, which is there, which Malvika will be happy to share with you. And we also have certain free tools. There are certain free tools we have put together which you can use to even resize certain images you already have. So if you have a logo and you have to update it in say this particular format, a square format, for example, you just need to get it resized by the Adobe tool, which is completely available for free. Make your cover banner on Canva, which is again a free tool which you can use, and do it. Now, these are some inspirations which you can use. We like this, business profile because one, his logo was pretty nicely done. But focusing on the kind of cover banner, just tells me that these are some 6 to 7 services this business offers. And I would really like to go and see down further what are the services this business is offering. It's also there since 9 years. A lot of information they have shared with me in their cover banner, which, again, if I'm a prospective buyer, I would like to go down and scroll through his profile. Another example is this one, where via their logo, a nice simple logo, no, nothing fancy about it. And their cover images, again, trying to say that they are a sustainable business, some behind the scenes, and a little idea of their products. So if I like such products, I would definitely scroll down and, want to go and see more about it.
Absolutely. I think Nafisa also, Mr. Vishal has put his profile here. Maybe towards the end, we can just open it and showcase it. But like you're mentioning, that it just takes 30 seconds for somebody to create an impression. there are stats which actually show that the top middle section is what people focus on. So the cover banner is absolutely amazing. I like the examples as well to show that if you're struggling to make something, then you use just the fact that you can just use your company name as a simple image, but you're depicting it. Or you can, we have on GlobalLinker about 4 lakh plus SMEs, and I've seen the most creative and out of the box cover banners ever. So yeah.
So this is a nice simple banner which you can see, a nice simple logo. Maybe they have not, they've just used their company name and put a cover banner. So good enough, but again, very visually, appealing. It's at least not left blank. The next thing is, now, you get to the meat of your profile. You have to start explaining about your business. What do you do? Who are you? Why are you here? What are you looking to achieve over here? Why are you in this business? What will I get if I, do business with you? There's so many questions the buyer would like to ask you, but since, he's just browsing online, it's your responsibility to make sure that these questions are answered on the profile itself. If you're done that, then, maybe you're won almost half the battle. Then it's just about convincing the person to do the transaction with you. So when you do your company information, you can add your specialization. So your specialization just says that your business is, what is your business, all about? I am into sustainable manufacturing of apparel. I do organic, manufacturing of fertilizers. Or, I'm into compression products, which are for health grade compression products. That's my specialty. You can also add a summary about your business, which is your core business offering, and what is the key benefit which you're offering over here in your core business offering section. In the business overview section is more of a, a 1500 character kind of a this, where you can actually go wild and you can write a lot of things about your company over here. So many people have used it really creatively to talk about their vision, mission, and since you are an exporter, I would like to tell you that you should talk about, your where the countries you are exporting to, where you're compliant for, what are the things which, some achievements, how many of clients you are already currently serving and you have served already. So just as an example, if I may just put it like that, if I'm a business, I would say that, I'm in the business since 5 years, and we are into health and, compression clothing products, especially, and our hot selling products are the knee sleeve and the arm sleeves as well. And we manufacture top quality sourced products, which are also, ready to be immediately dispatched to the APAC region. So if you are exporting to the APAC, do write that. This instantly will get the buyer to get interested to, say that, okay, fine, this guy is more this. Or maybe if he's not from APAC region, then he would say, okay, fine, I should move to the next one. But what you're doing over here is you're already telling your buyer, you're segmenting your buyer, and you're being very clear. And he also is very clear whom he's going to get into a transaction with. Use these areas to write about it. Again, I would like to say that, maybe, all these things are very clear in our head as we are doing business. But when we write, it becomes sometimes difficult to write, so fluidly or nicely. We don't have to write really fancy stuff in fancy language. It has to be simple and without any mistakes. That's all you have to take care of. And, again, there are a lot of online tools which will help you achieve that. So there is a character count tool which helps you maintain certain character limits. There is there are grammar checks tools which will help you maintain a grammar check as well. You can use those tools. We'll share these with you. They are also there at the end of these slides as well. Add a lot of company information. Certain details have become important, like when was your business founded, what is the size of your business, and all those things become important when he's trying to assimilate and gauge whether what is the size of the business I'm trying to do. I would like to get into a transaction with. Again, a few examples. So this business has, very nicely mentioned that they are into energy storage. They manufacture lithium battery packs. and they are more into sustainable energy. So I'm, by just reading this profile, I'm able to get this kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this is something which I would like to go and see more about. And it also gives me a fair size about the size of the organization, what turnover he gets, etc. Another example is this. So this they have used, again, they have actually gone all out in their description, and they have written so many things about their company that they would like to. So they are again an apparel manufacturing business, and they also support a lot of backward women in villages, etc. So they it's a good thing. You would try and use your profiles, or whenever you're creating a profile, to add all of this information onto it.
Absolutely, Nafisa. I think also the fact that today SEO or search engine optimization has become such a key and a buzzword that it's critical for every business to put in all these keywords on their profile such that it comes up on marketplaces, on search engines. And you also brought about a key point, which I thought I'll add in there, the fact that whether a business is into B2B or B2C, D2C, or even deals in products, services, industrial goods, this particular profile actually caters to the various types of businesses. So let's just go further on to that. I'm sure people are also excited to know about the giveaway as well as the key free tools that you mentioned about.
Sure. So I'll move on fast. Sorry, I just clicked something. Once you establish what your business is, actually doing, and what you are doing, it always adds value to add a face about your organization. We would love to know who are the people who are actually running the business, who is the founder of the business, who are the key top management in the business, who are the customer facing team in the business. That gives a lot of human touch. We're not a robot who's doing business, but it would get a key human touch. It's very important. So giving a face to your business is something which you should definitely not miss a chance to flaunt and show off. Please talk about them, who they are, what they do. And it also helps the prospective buyer to understand whom he should get in touch with in the organization as well. Because even if I'm reaching out to an organization, I reach out to an individual in an organization, not the organization per se. So in case I am I'm looking for new business, I know I have to reach out to Satyam Agarwal, the last card in the screen, because he's into business development. So I would get in touch with him, versus if I want to get in touch with somebody with the HR manager for a HR product which I would like to talk about for this organization, I would reach out to Prerna Kashyap over here. So try to make your company employees as visible as possible. You're actually, at least you're important, and your key employees over there. There is also a way where you can actually add more about your company members as well. Just one second.
In fact, you could actually just bulk upload all your employees. And the reason you would want to do that is the fact that more and more number of people represent your organization and are the key stakeholders. It will make a difference when they talk about your platform, when they talk about your products, what are they experiencing at your organization. So that tool is also available, that just at the click of a button, you upload all your employees and onboard them onto this business networking platform.
So, like how we put a lot of focus on having a company profile and, the company profile's aesthetics and a lot of information, the same way you can add a lot of information about key members of your organization. So, your key member, who is that key member? How does he or she look? Anything or just about her or him, their designation, and what is their roles and responsibilities in their organization. So again, when I just click on the business card over there, the digital business card, as we saw behind, I can come to a full profile and I can get to know a lot more about that, the member of that organization. Again, I would like to leave you with a few examples. So you can see over here, we really liked her profile. So she's coming up. This company is coming up often, but you can see she has used the cover image, her own company cover image, to reinforce the business. And being the director of the organization, she's very nicely mentioned what are her roles and responsibilities, what are the current initiatives she's taking a part of, and what she's heading, and what has she done in the past by way of achievements in the organization. I would encourage to you to pick these tips and add them for yourself as well. And everybody would have that, an achievement, your roles and responsibilities. You just need to mention that over here. And yes, a profile image is very important. So having a nice clear headshot, a smiling face, is very inviting, which just comes and tells that, hi, connect with me, we can do business together. So yeah, another example, just another example for you to see over here is by another business owner, Himani Gupta. Enough to give me, a sense of what she does and who she is. Once I know who the people of the organization are, even as a buyer, we would like to know what they are present, where they are present. Are they, where this organization is typically in. So how many, and that is not only physically, but also digitally. So that, it's easy for me to find them. I know they are available here or wherever in case I need to get in touch with them. So adding your addresses or your locations, be it your headquarters, your branch addresses, your warehouses, please add them, as it just adds a lot of credibility to your business as well. And if you are present online, add all your online links wherever you're present. If you have your own website, you have your own online store, you have a blog, you have any more social handles which you have, like a Twitter handle, etc., please add them. Because again, this gives a lot, these are all means of building trust with your organization, with the buyer as well.
In fact, if you don't probably also have a blog, I think just the fact that you can contribute articles or you can share your expert knowledge in a particular field, that will actually invite a lot of attention towards your organization, invite a lot of people trying to understand what you deal in, and then build that particular trust and genuineness in the fact that, okay, I can deal with this person. They know what they're talking about. They know a lot in their industry. Maybe I should interact with them and find out.
Sure. Again, a few examples, for you to see how other members have actually filled their profile. Of course, the primary reason a member is coming to your profile, there is a buyer, is that he wants to buy a product from you. So a profile is never complete without a product catalog. And how interactive a product catalog can be is where you can host your products actually from. So does it give you an option to buy? Does it give you an option to send an inquiry? That's a lot of work which is done. No need to pick up a phone call for that. It becomes very easy for somebody to get in touch with you and immediately start the discussion for a transaction. So having a good picture, having a nice and a simple product name becomes very important. And that's something which best. How you can write it. So if you're selling a book or you're selling a t-shirt, it can just be women's t-shirt, relaxed fit, green. So it becomes, it's that simple. And having a nice picture also communicates a lot of words, which is not which is enough to do half the sale for you. Some examples again. So we like this business the way they had done a photo shoot and they've updated over here. So again, this is the work which is done by the business itself. They've just done a good photo shoot here, added some nice simple product names. And when I click on one which I would like to know more about, I actually end up visiting his online store, where one, I can see much more information about that product. Second, I can send an inquiry, or I can also immediately make a purchase in case I just want one sample, which I would want to, check. So great way for you to leverage your, profile further. In case you don't want a sale happening, you don't want it to be retail, what you can also do is you can show your own product as a inquiry only product. where you can just receive inquiries from members in case you are not, it can just be an inquiry like this. So you can write enough of information about your product over here, and I can, as a buyer, I can click on send inquiry and send it across, and it reaches you.
Definitely. Absolutely, Nafisa. Like more and more businesses now, probably if they don't have a definitive price, there is customization involved, and therefore this accounts for just having an inquiry form, allowing your prospect buyer to actually interact with you. You come up with your customizations and then strike a deal. So I really like that feature as well.
Now that we have, added all the information that I can about my business, it's time to set the tone and, get the right verifications and, build the trust. That's the next thing which I'm looking to build with my profile. How do I build trust? Building trust is actually very simple. We already done that by, being legally verified, by getting certain certifications done. Because I want to be export compliant, I'm already doing that. So why not I just show that on my profile? Because these are great elements of trust which I can add. One of the things you can use is, the platform itself also offers you a way where you can get verified. You simply have to give some legal document, which could either be your PAN card, maybe your company PAN or your IC code, and you get your business verified. So that gives a lot of trust to the global buyer that yes, I'm getting into a discussion with a legal business. It is not somebody who I'm wasting my time with, and I'm not going to get anything out of it, and maybe I might get cheated also. So a great way to just get verified. Please get yourself verified if the facility is available, like it's here on GlobalLinker. You get a verified mark, and that verified mark is leveraged in several ways of your profile. So, when the member is also networking with somebody else on the profile, the verified mark continues to show. So this again, if I'm considering to even connect with this member, I see, okay, he's coming from a verified business. Yes, I can connect with him. So that's where the platform kicks in. While the platform also gives ways where you can verify your business, you may have certain additional certifications which the business might not, which the platform is giving you a facility to update that and show it. So if you have an IEC code, you have, an FSSAI license, you are a part of some organization which is globally renowned or even locally renowned, please add those certifications and equality certificates you may have. A person would love to go through that, because that, again, these are all ways of increasing trust with your buyer, which you would not be able to do, or which is best done online in this form. This is how you can see a full view. Another thing I would like to add is, yes, once you build trust, another way to build trust is by showing what are your achievements and your awards. Why not? If we are doing business because we want to gratify ourselves, yes, we are in it to make money or to do big, but when we do big, it's an achievement in itself. If I've earned something, I would love to show off. So please use this section to do that. You have earned any achievements like best exporter of the year, best startup of the year, great company to work with, best entrepreneur award. Please use these, this as a mantle to display your awards. And I, as a buyer, or anybody as a buyer, would love to see that, because again, they feel that, we are doing business with an organization that is, has got achievements, and I would love to do business with a winner, right? So, yeah.
Absolutely, Nafisa. You also highlighted one key story that I'd like to talk about, the fact that on GlobalLinker, you could actually even apply for awards. So all SME related awards are on the platform. We're currently running in applications are open for the industry state awards by the government of Telangana. We recently also did the Retailers Association of India Awards. So in case you are looking at getting the right kind of recognition, these are not paid awards. They're absolutely genuine. There's a whole jury in place for it. Do look out on GlobalLinker, where you'll see all these awards also mentioned.
So now that you have gone online, okay, let's fast forward to the fact that yes, you have made your online profile already and you are online. So what happens? How does it work? So now that's where technology kicks in for you. You have your online profile, you have updated the necessary information, and let's start getting discovered. So one of the great things an online profile does, as we mentioned before, is to help you get discovered and noticed when at the right time. So if for example, a buyer is actually looking for a particular product, you come up in search results. So this is where you can be noticed over here. And how well your company profile has been updated is, a summary which is shown over here or in any search. And that's your chance for you to sell your product, your company, and to project it over here. So what you write in your company profile comes up in summaries over here, etc. And this becomes again a way for you to sell your business to the buyer, to the prospective buyer. So again, keep your profile information updated. You can see a difference over here between a company who has updated a logo over here and who has not updated a logo, who is verified, who is not verified, who has updated product images, who has not updated product images. What if I would have a combination of all of these? I'm a complete profile over here. So just to give you an idea, this is more of to help you understand where do profiles actually show up, how and what value you can add when you update your profile. When I'm also networking, over here, I can see it in my contacts as well. So I can see the verified mark. I'm searching for agro products, then Mr. Anand Patil's name would come up because it's a part of his company name and it's also a part of his profile. If I'm looking for a particular industry, I'm looking to connect with members in, the fashion and apparel industry, I would see all these business cards come up.
Also, Nafisa, just seeing the number of connections that are being made by people, I think it's very important for businesses to also reply in time and reply appropriately. So just last week, I was trying to look for cold pressed oils on the platform, and I saw various 10 different companies showcasing that. But I reached out to the first 2 or 3 and I got a response from the first one in half an hour, and I made the transaction because he actually then I felt confident that the business is trustworthy. He gave me the relevant information to make the purchase. So I think replying in time also makes a lot of difference.
Definitely. I couldn't agree more with you on that, Malvika, but thanks for pointing that out. But you see over here, while we talk about platform searches, I did not want to discount the fact that web searches are critical to getting noticed over here. So, if you update your profile, the platform does the work of helping you get noticed offline on a web. And, you can come up in web searches. This becomes a doorway for that particular member to come and visit your online profile, as you see over here. And if your profile is as attractive or, however, it provides the right information, it again becomes a doorway for you to get that lead and to take that discussion further. You can start building credibility on the platform. It helps you build credibility on the platform. We use all the data which you have given us to help you get to become credible on the platform. Now, in case you're posting a requirement or an opportunity, we show that you are already a verified business. Again, there are higher chances that you would get a reply for your requirement or your opportunity as well. In case, as Malvika was mentioning earlier, you have posted an article. We, put an image about you. We, there's your name mentioned over here. And at the end of the article, there's a nice bio about you, which we put over here. So, you can use these places to kind of, you can use these mediums to build your credibility on the platform itself.
In fact, I think we also do a spotlight on businesses, which is using an SME inspiration story. So if anybody would like to actually talk about their business, talk about their entrepreneurial journey, contact us towards the end of the session. We're happy to put the spotlight on your business where it is definitely credible.
Sure. So while we were talking about how the platform helps you when you have an e-profile, I would like to also point out some innovative ways which you can leverage your own online profile, already. So this is how we use it. And a couple of other businesses, but we don't, we decided to show ours. So in our own profile, we have an option to copy and make an eBiz card of our profile and paste it as a, email signature. So whenever any of my mails go out, when I'm communicating via my email, this is a signature which goes. It's a pretty, nice looking eBiz card, which gives, again, it goes off as a business card and it gives out all the right information. Plus, if I would like to, the member would like to, again, my profile is clickable over here and it opens up. The member can see my entire business profile and what my company does. So my products, services, whatever I had written in that profile becomes available over there for him to read over there and reinforce what I'm doing already. Similarly,
It's absolutely dynamic, right? Like the fact that if I do a product launch, it comes up right in my profile. Just and every time I send out an email, instead of saying regards Malvika, this entire thing goes out, and I don't really have to keep talking about my product consciously. I don't have to keep promoting my business. It's already right there.
Exactly. Like when you have anywhere few words to say, you can't crowd up your email. This is the best way to, add a link to your what you do and your business. Another very beautiful way, this business has actually added a link to his e-profile is they have an online store. And at the bottom over here, if you can see view our business profile. It's a small, very subtle way of, putting my profile link. And when I click on that, my GlobalLinker profile opens up. So you can also add a link to your profile and, add it to, and it just opens up over there. You can add it on your own website as well if you have your own website to do that. These are the bonus resources we were talking about, which you can, use. Please take note of these, and we'll be happy to chat them with you, chat it to you also in the chat box later, send it to you across. Use these to create beautiful, you can use all of these for your, when you're writing your profile as well. We'll just leave a minute so that you can have it.
Yeah, we'll also put it in the chat box, Nafisa. Do you think it's time? There are some people commenting in the chat box asking about the giveaway. So maybe soon,
sure.
Right?
Yeah, just a couple of minutes more. So, I just decided to, this is very last minute. I did like almost 10 minutes before the webinar that we said that even though we were talking about all these elements or, adding it on your profile, given you're an exporter, what do you write over here so that, I get the attention of the person? Because ultimately it's the information that I as a business would provide in those fields that would attract the attention of the buyer. So what do I write over there? So I just took an example about this business who is creating medical grade compression products. And he's an exporter, maybe, exporting in the APAC region. So and he's not a very established business. He's there in the business, it's around 5 to 10 years. Not something which, he would like to flaunt about when you are an exporter. So, he wrote, you can write something like this. I'm into the manufacturing of high quality medical grade compression products, specially designed and, ready for the APAC region. Because I know I would have to be ready for that over there. I would have to have the necessary quality checks and all of it. My main description starts from, we are an enthusiastic team with a collective experience of 10 to 15 years. And then that's where Star Bionics, starts talking about. Star Bionics was formed to meet the ever increasing demand for lifestyle health products. Our products are created with the highest quality materials and meet world-class standards. I also decided to write that you should talk about your star products. What are your base products? What are your highest selling products, your top products over there? So this is what we do. And where have you been exporting right now? Again, to give him confidence that I am exporting in the APAC region since the past 5 years, and I have already served around 200 clients. It's like, oh God, this guy is like, he's good for me to do business with. And what is your key differentiator? We do exclusive products. We are certified for immediate export to APAC. And I also provide after sales service up to 30 days. Now this guy, will stop and think that, okay, I need to think about this. I should shortlist this person to do business with. So think about these points when you add it on your profile, please. And, you can always reach out to us for help even when you need to write and, put these into words for your business. We'll be happy to do that for you as well. just one use case, Malvika, before we go on to the giveaway. So we have a very nice, this is one of the businesses which we have been in touch with, Swat Products. They are into Bikaneri papads and bhujia. They created their online business profile with us, and they also created an online store. They happen to get searched pretty well on Google search now because of their SEO efforts, etc. And a person then happened to visit their e-store, which is here, and when they click on view my business profile on GlobalLinker, their GlobalLinker profile also comes up over here. Because of this, they have actually received a lot of B2B connects and B2B leads, which have actually converted into transactions. Malvika would like to talk about that a little later.
Absolutely.
Afterwards.
I think inquiries also from distributors. So it is truly case study, and every business can actually make this happen. No matter how maybe you're doing business currently offline, it's never too late to go online. Yeah, Mr. Sandeep Baheti is the director at Swat Products, and this is what he says. Our company became digital. We expanded in 5 or more states in India. We continue to receive interest and create more B2B customers across the country. We were apprehensive on managing our digital presence, but with support, our team is now equipped and open to doing business online. So these are just a couple of things that our clients say. And I can see Mr. Vittal on the call. I mentioned on the call initially as well. He was talking about his Linker store. That's propackengineers.linker.store. But I think, Nafisa, now it's time to talk about the giveaway.
Okay, so we're excited to do that, and we wanted to make it a value giveaway and not just something like we want to distribute chocolates or anything. But yeah, we given that this is a webinar on on making you ready for exports, making your profile ready for a global buyer who would want to visit your profile, and your profile makes half the sale for you. We would like our giveaway is actually in line with that. We would like to give 10 of our participants of this webinar. We would help you create your e-profile for you. So we will give you all the necessary resources and guide you on that. And for that, you just need to do one thing. We would just seek your feedback and your comments on a few posts we have done online in connection to this webinar. So we have made certain posts on, there are some posts on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. Please visit any of those platforms, add your comments over there, and we will select the top 10 people over there and, reach out to you after the webinar for this exercise.
Absolutely.
I hope you like this giveaway. And
I saw
we
there's
are
a comment
equally excited to work with you on this. So, and help you build your e-profile for you.
Yeah. I saw there's a comment from Seema Ghosh. She says, I'm a new exporter. What should I write? Can you guide me? So just talking
Seema,
about it again.
Yeah, Seema,
go
that's
ahead
your chance to get a part of the giveaway. So go ahead and, add your feedback and your comments on the posts so that you can be a part of that giveaway and we can help you on that for sure.
Absolutely. Any kind of feedback, as well as the fact that if you were to look at any further sessions that you want to be conducted, please do add it in the comment section. I've added in the chat box the Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn URLs which you can use. As well as I mentioned earlier, we have 2 sessions lined up. One is how do you actually create your digital catalog, your digital presence, which is on 19th May. I will put in the chat box again, the registration link. And then there's an expert coming on the 27th of May at 4 p.m. who has about 25 years of experience in international trade. He is from Federation of Indian Export Organizations, the Deputy Director General, Mr. Ashish Jain, to tell you a little about Indian Business Portal. How do you find buyers? How can you make the most if you're actually looking at doing exports? So yeah, and somebody I think just asked for our contact details. Nafisa, if you go next on the screen, yeah, here are our contact details. Feel free to reach out to us in case you need assistance, even in terms of creating your store. I saw a couple of people on the chat talking about how we could use, how we could make something like ProPack engineers. So please do feel free to contact either of us after the session. So we'll open it now for any kind of questions that you might have, any feedback. A lot of people are asking if there can be recordings that can be sent. I'd like to tell you, one is for every session, we have recordings and we'll send it to you given that you've registered for the webinar. We also have pre-recorded sessions as tutorials for you. So let's say you get stuck in a particular point, then you will be able to go to that and just use that URL, use the video and go ahead and update your profile, create your store, maybe even link payment gateway to your platform. So there are various aspects which you could look at. Any kind of questions? Mr. Karthikeshwar, I want your help for making successful exports. So like Nafisa also mentioned, the first step is to have a digital profile, a good, rich digital profile. The next step would be to have your digital catalog. And the third and final step is to list on relevant marketplaces, like maybe the Indian Business Portal. I will put on the link here as well. We have over 2,000 plus Indian exporters on the portal today. And once launched, it will be showcased to various foreign embassies across the world. Mr. Arvind Agarwal, do you develop website also? So a website can be of two formats. One is an informational based website as well, and the second could be a transactional based website. So we definitely do that. And the way for you to do it is to do it as a transactional based website, so that you end the loop. You have the customer seeing information on the particular website and then actually making the transaction. Could you please share the links in the chat by Mr. Aman? Sure, I will put in the Indian Business Portal link here in just a minute or so.
I'll add it.
Yeah. We have started a new business vertical in the retail sector and exports to chain stores. Please suggest a sample for our profile. Mr. Sunil will be happy to recommend this to you. Just go ahead and use the giveaway. Put in your feedback or even maybe just this comment on any of our channels, Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram, and we'd be happy to take on your particular company as a case. Yeah, Nafisa has put it on. It's indianbusinessportal.in. We already have 2,000 plus exporters there. So I can see some technical queries also coming in, that you have a profile with 5 products on the Indian Business Portal, but you couldn't set up the payment gateway. On
so Mr. Costa,
screen,
my team will get in touch with you for that, so don't worry about it. We've taken
yeah,
your
and
details.
on the screen you can see my contact details. Just drop me a message and after the session we'll personally help you out. Mr. Karthikeshwar, you've asked where do we put our comments. I'll just again put in the social pages for this particular session. Just comment over there. In fact, you could reach out to me if, in case you're asking for examples of stores created, then I'll be happy to send that to you. Yes, thank you, Mr. Kosso. Anything else before we end the session? I think we're sharp on time. Any closing comments?
Question by Mr. Kamal Singh, who has asked how to overcome competition using GlobalLinker. So I would just like to add, GlobalLinker is a business networking platform. It's actually a B2B business networking platform, which one helps you get more connections. It helps you, it's actually a platform which you can leverage to do business. GlobalLinker on its own also one helps you get connections by giving you the right recommendations, by, showing you the right things which you should be doing. But ultimately, it's up to you how you're leveraging your profile and you're doing it. So let me give you an example. You have created your profile, you have created maybe an inquiry catalog in case you're into B2B. And now it's your, you have listed yourself on marketplaces, etc. While the platform does their work of ensuring that your products show up in the right searches, etc. You also on the side, if you have your own very own online store where you are an inquiry based store, make sure that you start working on your store too for SEO, etc. Have good product images, etc., so that you are online ready and you're digital ready. Then yes, you have to start working on all the leads and all you get, and ensuring that every lead of yours gets converted into a transaction. So I wouldn't say that any one platform truly would help you, but it's again, it's your business. You will have to make sure that you leverage the platform for your benefit. And that's what a platform does. A platform, effectively GlobalLinker, gives you the head start to do that. Now while we do our work, you will also have to put an equal amount of hard works to make your business run. And yes, we have
Absolutely.
technical expertise, we have knowledge which we can share with you. We would advise you to make as much use of that, as possible.
Definitely, I think just in about couple of words, on GlobalLinker, buyers meet sellers, but and how that happens is when you have done enough amount of homework in terms of creating your digital presence. I also saw there was a question from Mr. Sunil Parmar. We are not a FIO member. Can we still use GlobalLinker services? Absolutely, you could definitely use GlobalLinker services. The URL, I'm going to just put it in the chat box again. It's globallinker.com. There's another Zoom user. If we have small business, can we start export even though we're not a big company? One key speciality around GlobalLinker is the fact that we cater to small and medium enterprises. So definitely all our sessions, first of all, are catered towards you. Please don't feel, don't get scared to start off. It's never too late. And can we start export if we're a small company? Of course, definitely. I think no company is small and every business has big dreams. So please go ahead and use all the tools available to you. We help in creating brand value for startups. Happy to know about you, Mr. Rajiv. Anybody else? Any last questions, comments, feedback, queries, anything at all? We're happy to answer. How merchant exporter can showcase products. So Nafisa actually showcased a section in her profile where she showed you how you can add your products or services. We will be sharing the recording of this webinar as well as the PPT such that you can go through it again. But if you still have further queries, you can contact us offline and we'll be happy to actually help you add in your products.
I think Mr. Sudeep Kumar can actually attend the second webinar. It would be very useful for him on building an online catalog, because that's what it would be focusing on, right, Malvika?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, so Mr. Sudeep, please join that webinar, because the focus of that that discussion is going to be how do you create your own catalog. So once your profile is done, a catalog in its own is a big discussion on itself. So become a part of it. I'm sure you'll learn a lot of insights from there as well.
Correct. And there's somebody from NM Management Services asking about how to get buyers for export overseas. I think the third session lined up is targeted towards that. So do attend that session. Please share recording. If you have registered for this webinar, you would receive it automatically. In case you don't, if you've just signed in directly on Zoom and not registered for it, you can contact me and I will be happy to share it. Okay, so I think we can call it a day. Thank you everybody for participating. We really enjoyed doing this. Thank you, Nafisa, for sharing all your expertise. And yes, thank you all of you for your feedback.
Thank you so much.
Value-adding
Yes, for being a
webinar. It
part
was
of it.
very helpful. Thank